Well, hello, how's it going today? So it's Saturday. I'm supposed to work today. Not supposed to, I got asked to work today, but I said screw it, too much on the go. So I gotta fix the tire on my half-ton. Should probably pick some tomatoes from my garden, or my weed jungle I guess. It's supposed to be a garden. Maybe put the tires on that F450 that hasn't ran in 5 years. Maybe get that going. I got my sawmill engine on the back of my truck. Should go to the shop and get that mounted on the frame. So there's lots to do today, so let's dive into it. These dirty buggers here, these friggin' slugs. The backyard's overran with them. You can see it on all the cement walkways. You see these friggin' slimy trails. I left a pair of gloves in the garden for a few days. I came back and they're right full of slime. You see on top of the fabric, the cloth in the garden, just slime everywhere. The garden's right full of these friggin' buggers here. Okay. This poor little plant here came as a pre-grown plant. It was a big bushy plant and it was half dead looking all summer long. And it produced tomatoes like crazy. So I was getting tomatoes off this guy all summer, but now he's done. I don't see a tag here for what kind he was, but in this little plant here I just got a few tomatoes off it there. Well, the smaller ones, not the bigger ones. And this is a sweet and neat red little cherry tomatoes. And I just picked a couple off of this big guy. And look at that. So, a fairly big plant. We'll get a bunch off him. And then hiding down in the weeds there's another plant. So earlier this summer, I looked at my onions and they were coming good, and this is all I found. I found pretty much the bulbs and this one friggin' onion, and it's not too hard to find where they are because I just had holes in the cloth where they were growing. The other year I had a problem with turnips. The other year they were about, I don't know, about 3 inches in diameter, and someone came and stole a bunch of them. So any onion, if just someone's digging up the holes, I couldn't even find the bulb. So I'm half thinking that I got robbed again. I don't know, I guess some less fortunate person must really love onions and took them. Unless it's those slugs ate them. If anyone has any explanation for why my turnips went missing, I'd like to know. My carrots, they're coming. So a little sunburnt on top there, but I'm gonna have some nice carrots. And my turnips, all the leaves are eaten on them like crazy, but see, they all split open. They all split open, and then they're all kind of healing back again. I don't know what the heck, but yeah, I got a good couple of rows of turnips. See here, they all split at one point in time, and then they're healing back over. I don't know. Jeepers, this plant, I didn't realize how far out it spread. It's all the way out. There's tomatoes here, all there. There was a poor little sweet and neat plant here. I just picked all the tomatoes off it because the poor little fella died. He was buried by this fella, look. I don't know what the tag is for this, what kind of plant this is, but it sure did grow. Like, look at this. There's tomatoes everywhere. So, there's another little sweet and neat plant. Doing good. So there's, so far, got that many red guys, and I picked all the little green ones off that little tiny plant that was dead. And a couple tiny onions, and my other big onions went missing. Going to have some good carrots and turnips, but I'll let those sit in the ground for a while longer. Kind of been ignoring my dill for a while. She's all the way up, laid down right there. Some of it's actually dying. Should snip that, and there's my chives. I'll cut some of those right now. There we go, a few little tomatoes and chives. Bit of dill. A lot of it's gone back to seed now because it's just been neglected, but Here, yeah, nice little haul from the garden. Well, I was starting to think that this was a magic tire because it goes flat in a matter of a day. And I pumped her up and I poured soapy water all over it, and I couldn't get her to leak. But because like I had it, there's plugs in it, like the tires. I got these tires for free about 3 or 4 years ago. Like they're all cut up, they're done, but whatever. I'm not poor, I'm just cheap, and to me tires are something that you don't need to spend money on. But look at that, you bugger. So the only place I can see it's leaking is from the valve stem. So I'll try tightening it. If that doesn't work, I have more valve cores. So for anyone who may not know, that's just a basic valve stem tool there. There's many different variations, but that's just a basic cheap one. And there's a valve core. So if you ever have a leaking valve stem, you can just screw out the little core in the middle and change it. So there you go. I tried tightening it, and she's still leaking. So it's just a matter of sticking that tool in, spinning that one out, spinning the new one in, and she should be hunky-dory. Yeah, look at the bugger here. It's not leaking here anymore, but look, it's leaking ever so slightly right at the rim. So, I don't think I'm going to really do anything about it now. Hopefully it just stays hard long enough in between, you know, hopefully it stays hard for longer than a day. Okay, so I put a bunch more air in it, and I got another leak right here. It's got a little white rock of some sort or something, so I'm going to dig that out. When you plug in a tire, you got to hammer this in first and ream it out good. Sometimes you got a small leak and you can't get this hammered in. Sometimes I'll just take a drill and drill in there first, and you got to get it reamed out enough that you'll be able to get that plug in there without breaking it. Okay, well here's a good old tire plug. You don't absolutely need to glue these, but it helps. Sometimes these are kind of sticky, right? So you're trying to shove them in a hole. Sometimes they'll be hard to shove in. You'll actually bust your plug in half trying to shove it in. So this glue has a couple different purposes. I just got some rubber cement here. Some stuff you get is a vulcanizing glue, and that's the good stuff, but I wasn't able to find any. So this rubber cement. So just put a whole bunch of glue on it and shove it in, so it acts as lube to help it slide in better, and then it dries. So I don't always glue them, but it's best practice to glue them. You want this to slide in nice and easy, or else you're going to break your plug to get it in. Making a mess. Oh well, that's nothing new for me. That was smart, eh? Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Nice and easy. When it goes, you'll know it, because it'll just pop in all at once. Right now, it's not in. Oh, boy. See, that's what I mean. You got to be quite loose on your hole before you try to get a plug in, or else it's just not going to go. Oh, there it goes. Yep. Okay, perfect. That's it. This is a long plug, so it doesn't need to go in all the way. Yeah, okay. That's it. I'll let that set up for a bit. It's been just over 4 years since this truck ran, so it's got the old 4-year-old gas and everything in it. So I'm not expecting too much, but see what she's got. Well, that was anticlimactic. And I forgot to mention, I got the back tires on it too. I robbed the back tires off it years ago, or 2 years ago, for my other truck. So I got another set of tires. So it's got all the tires on her and she's running. Yeah, alright, first time she's moved in over 4 years. The deck in the back's still all full of junk. And let's see what she's got. We'll try her in low first. Alright. Well, it rolls. Well, it steers. This thing is like a friggin' 3-ton gravel truck, man. Or like a 5-ton gravel truck. The old leaf spring front end, it does not steer worth a crap. Is that reverse or not reverse? But is that third or first? I don't remember how to run this thing. I always remember first was a bit tricky. Is that third or first? You know what? It doesn't matter. Oh, car coming. That's probably third. The old Ford transmission, it can be a little tricky. See? Well, she all works. Just like today I left her there. Nice. Alright. Just gotta get this baby back on the road. Loving it. Alright. The old V10. I love it. The interior on this old truck is mint. It was bought off of an old, bought off like this fancy horse ranch dude. And it's got an underhood 70 TFM VMAC air compressor too. So she's a pretty nice old truck. I'll tell you more about it another day. No wonder it took 2 tries to get this truck started. There's a freaking wasp nest. There's a wasp nest in the exhaust. Well, when I was putting that tire on, there was wasps flying around bugging me like crazy. I didn't know where they were coming from. They're burrowed on the exhaust. So it blew out a fog of rust and water and crap out of that exhaust. Right on. And now these wasps are really not happy, so I better get out of here. day. Here's my engine, but I'll be back out here tomorrow. I almost forgot. I gotta change the oil in my welding truck and grease it tomorrow. So I'll be right back out here. So I'll post this video tonight, and I'll post another video tomorrow. You'll see what I'm going to do with this engine, and I'll be working my welding truck. And so today was a good day. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a